Hey, adrenaline junkies. Welcome to Adrenaline Pursuit. Today we're kicking off a brand new series featuring people who messed with the wrong cops. Every reckless decision leads to instant consequences. Buckle up, and let's roll. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. On Monday, August the 29th, 2022, around 3:23 p.m., officers from the Glendale Police Department located a stolen Volkswagen in the 4800 block of Northport Washington Road. The vehicle had been reported stolen during a home invasion and armed robbery in Milwaukee.
Easton Marn. It's got no tire. Easton Marn past Yorkwood. Alright, I'll call it. We're southbound. Speeds are 35. 16 lead, so a bit is imminent here. No traffic.
On the way, we'll be a capital.
Alright, still. Here comes the pit. Here comes the pit. And off road into the park. And they're going to be bailing here.
One 184, are we doing mutual aid?
When officers attempted to stop the vehicle, the suspects fled, prompting a pursuit through the area. After several minutes, an officer executed a successful pursuit intervention technique, PIT, bringing the chase to an end without further incident.
Still northbound. Still northbound. We're gonna come out on a Hampton. 768 is losing a lot of it. Still southbound.
That bull.
768, crash, Hampton and Christopher.
4 suspects were taken into custody: a 35-year-old woman, an 18-year-old woman, a 16-year-old boy, and a 14-year-old boy, all residents of Milwaukee. Charges are expected to be presented to the district attorney's office, including reckless endangering safety and fleeing or eluding an officer. A California man is facing several charges after a violent confrontation with deputies in Los Angeles County. On the day of the incident, 56-year-old Trinidad Velasco allegedly threatened to burn down his brother's house. When deputies arrived, they found Velasco armed with a screwdriver and acting aggressively. Despite repeated commands to drop the weapon and surrender, Velasco reportedly charged at the deputies. Fearing for their safety, they opened fire, striking him. Velasco was treated for his injuries and later arrested.
He's got a weapon in his hand. He's going to charge them. Get out! Get down! Get down! Get on the floor now! Get on the floor now! Get on the floor now! Get on the floor! Get down! Get down! 988, 988. Get on the floor! Get down! Get back!
He now faces multiple charges, including assault with a deadly weapon. The incident remains under investigation.
275, they just passed that.
March 14th, 2021, Robin Avenue, Georgia. A quiet neighborhood turned chaotic when police responded to a break-in suspect who had taken a hostage and fled, launching a dangerous high-speed chase. The pursuit tore through local streets with the suspect firing at officers, one bullet nearly hitting its mark. Though the vehicle was falling apart, the suspect pushed forward recklessly. Multiple PT maneuvers failed, and at one point, a police cruiser skidded out, nearly causing a crash. The chase continued onto Interstate 16, where police finally managed to slow him down. Officers rammed the suspect's car to stop him, but he bolted, gun in hand, dragging the hostage into a nearby backyard. In a split second, the hostage escaped. Cornered and still armed, the suspect was fatally shot in a barrage of police gunfire, bringing the tense standoff to an end. On November 10, 2022, while patrolling near Georgia 36 and Georgia 212, an officer learned that Newton County Sheriff's Office and Covington Police were pursuing a vehicle tied to a suspicious missing persons case.
918 radio.
Now.
918 radio. I'm helping another jurisdiction in the 1080.
918.
36 at High Point Church. We're southbound on 36.
The suspect, Jesse Hardiman, was seen driving a Honda Accord recklessly and at high speed. He passed multiple cars on a double yellow line and turned onto Pickett Bridge Road. As the pursuit continued onto Georgia 212, the officer took the lead in the chase.
There's a 10 user, good 20. Advising on Pickett Bridge Road on the curb.
I'm 212 coming up to Pickett Bridge.
10-4.
Concerned about the risk to nearby neighborhoods and a busy gas station, the officer attempted a PIT maneuver. Hardman tried to evade but crashed into a subdivision sign and small trees. He was taken into custody at gunpoint.
Apple Creek 1059.
A search of his vehicle revealed multiple loaded firearms within reach, a stolen license plate, and no valid insurance. He was also a convicted felon with an active felony probation warrant. Further investigation linked the firearms and other recovered items to burglaries in Eatonton, Georgia. Additional charges were filed, including firearm possession by a felon and receiving stolen property.
Traffic's clear. If we slow down, I got permission to...
On October 13th, 2023, a pursuit began when the driver of a white vehicle ignored a lawful order to stop. The chase moved onto a narrow rural road with no center line, where even the smallest mistake could lead to a serious crash.
Traffic straight. Taking a right on the Eatonton Road, going back down towards Red Hill. Back out on Red Hill, traveling towards St. James Road.
The suspect continued to accelerate, ignoring lights and sirens. On the tight roadway, the tires began to lose grip, the rear end swaying side to side, each correction bringing the vehicle closer to losing control.
They just made a left on the Red Hill.
Two of them. Still on Red. Still Red Hill coming over from McAllen, speed at 60. No traffic.
As the danger escalated, the officer made the decision to execute Pitt. A precise strike to the rear disrupted the vehicle's balance, causing it to spin sideways and come to a stop.
6-7 pit, 6-7 pit, vehicles in the ditch.
6-7 pit, 6-7 pit. Vehicles in the ditch.
The driver immediately exited and tried to flee on foot, but was quickly apprehended after a short chase. No injuries were reported, a controlled ending, and a reminder that one reckless decision can push everything beyond the limits of safety.
You're under arrest, by the way. You got anything on you that's gonna poke me, stick me, or stab me? All right, come on up.
On March 3rd, 2022, at around 12:09 p.m., I responded to assist with a vehicle pursuit initiated by the Bibb County Sheriff's Office. The suspect, wanted for theft, was fleeing in a blue Toyota Corolla, driving recklessly on Bass Road before heading north on Georgia Highway 87 and into Jones County.
Got traffic. We good. Still going.
Be careful, you're coming up to an intersection.
Yep.
I'm clear right on the bypass.
I took primary position on GA 18 near mile marker 6 and attempted multiple PIT maneuvers, but was unable to execute due to traffic conditions. The suspect continued to endanger the public by swerving into oncoming lanes and later drove southbound and northbound lanes. As the vehicle tried to cross the median, a Jones County deputy performed a successful PIT maneuver, bringing the pursuit to an end. The suspect, identified as Stephen Law, surrendered and was taken into custody without further incident. No damage occurred to my patrol car.
Accident, 65 miles per hour. Pursuit of a black Jeep.
On February 2nd, 2022 in Milwaukee, police locked onto a black Jeep tied to an armed robbery. The moment officers moved in for a stop, the driver hit the gas and fled, launching into a high-speed run through city streets.
Speeds are approximately 35 miles per hour. Be going northbound 57th Street from Hampton. Traffic is late. Alright, we're going to be continuing northbound on 77th Street crossing Lucier, going eastbound on Lucier from 77th Street. Speeds are approximately 40 miles per hour. Traffic is late. Roads are dry.
The Jeep tore through traffic, weaving aggressively, blowing through intersections, ignoring every signal. Cars scattered, brakes slammed. Yet the vehicle kept pushing forward, forcing its way through cross traffic without hesitation.
Speeds are 40 miles per hour. In the U-turn area, go back southbound on 76th Street from Thurston. Alright, traffic's medium. Roads are dry. Going back southbound on 76, crossing Silver Spring. So, thank you, Grand Cherokee, for armed robbery carjacking.
Then it happened. At a busy intersection, the Jeep didn't slow. It drove straight into crossing traffics. The impact was explosive. Metal collided at full force, sending the Jeep flipping violently, rolling across the roadway as debris burst outward in every direction.
Clear.
Southbound on 76, crossing Bottle
The vehicle came to rest wrecked and overturned. Officers rushed in, secured the scene, and took the suspect into custody. No pit, no controlled stop, just a split-second decision that ended in a crash no one could take back. On October 23, 2024 in Mahoning County, a suspicious vehicle caught the attention of authorities. And the moment officers moved in, it fled. The pursuit quickly spilled into Portage County along I-76, as the driver kept pushing the accelerator, ignoring every command to stop. The vehicle tore through Suffield Township, then Hartville, Brimfield Township, and Mogador at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. Spike strips shredded the front tires and the car began to shake violently. Yet it kept going, dragging itself forward and leaving chaos behind.
Further traffic clears look like there's hit a pit on him. He lost his front driver's side tire. We're going southbound on Cleveland Ave, passing Curtis. Speeds are 41.
On South Cleveland Avenue, as the space tightened and options disappeared, the moment came. A K-9 unit closed in, lined it up, and executed pit. The precise contact broke the vehicle's balance instantly. It spun sideways, slid across the roadway, and came to a dead stop.
Pit successful. Pit
1947, updated 39.
high risk not occurring.
The doors opened, but there was nowhere left to run. 2 suspects were taken into custody at the scene, then transported to Akron City Hospital. Inside the vehicle, methamphetamine was found, bringing the pursuit to its inevitable end. The harder the escape, the closer the outcome.
Cleveland and Eder, Cleveland and correction, Cleveland and Albright.
Okay, we're gonna get you an ambulance, so we double up the cuffs and then I'll get tied on you, okay? Yeah. How you doing, man? See ya. Yeah. You guys were having all sorts of fun. That's right. Yeah, I'm going to say jumping on count of 3, okay?
Here. How? I can't do this. I've never done this before.
You're good. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about that.
At approximately 1:35 a.m. on September 14th, 2024, Trooper Ryan Earhart spotted a white Nissan Sentra traveling on US 41 with an expired license plate. When emergency lights and sirens were activated, the driver refused to stop and instead fled at high speed, driving into oncoming traffic and running multiple red lights, creating a serious danger to everyone on the road. The vehicle quickly turned the roadway into chaos, weaving aggressively through traffic and speeding through a populated area near a university, where students and vehicles were still present. With each maneuver, the situation became more unstable, yet the driver continued to push forward. The pursuit extended into Sarasota County. Near Imperial Drive, officers made the decision to intervene. A well-executed pit maneuver sent the vehicle out of control, crashing through a roundabout median and pedestrian signs before finally coming to a stop, heavily damaged. Officers quickly detained both the driver and passenger. The driver, Lisa Joanne Hoffacker, showed clear signs of impairment and refused sobriety testing, while the passenger admitted prior alcohol and drug use.
Man, get on your stomach right now. Get on your stomach right now. I do not. Get on your stomach.
This incident serves as a stark reminder that impaired driving combined with the decision to flee only escalates danger beyond control. A single reckless choice can put countless lives at risk, and more often than not, it ends in a crash or something far worse. On March 6, 2021, while on patrol in Fulton County, an officer positioned at the intersection of Andrew Young International Boulevard and Centennial Olympic Park Drive suddenly heard the roar of an engine followed by the sound of tires burning. Moments later, a black and red Dodge Charger came into view at high speed, confirmed by Atlanta units to be a fleeing vehicle. The pursuit escalated quickly as the Charger sped down Lucky Street and turned north onto Ted Turner Drive. At the intersection with Baker Street, traffic was stopped at a red light. The driver initially slowed behind the line of cars, but then suddenly accelerated, ramming the vehicle in front to push through the intersection and force a path forward before continuing the escape.
We just wrecked into a vehicle on Hyman Allen.
The chase continued along Ted Turner Drive with the driver running multiple red lights. At Ivan Allen Boulevard, the suspect attempted a high-speed left turn, lost control, and slid wide, nearly striking 3 pedestrians who had to jump out of the way at the last second. Completely out of control, the Charger veered into oncoming lanes and slammed into a vehicle stopped at a red light, disabling itself on impact. The officer immediately exited the patrol car, drew his weapon, and ordered the driver out. The suspect, identified as Jimmy Turner, was taken into custody without further incident. The crash scenes were split and handled by responding units, while Turner was transported to the Fulton County Jail, bringing a reckless and dangerous pursuit to an end. On January 1st, 2022, while patrolling in Fulton County, a trooper was stopped at the intersection of Forsyth Street and Trinity Avenue when he observed a silver Lexus SUV suddenly drive into his lane. The vehicle then reversed through the intersection and stopped, blocking traffic. Suspecting the driver might be impaired, the trooper activated his emergency lights and exited his patrol vehicle to make contact. However, before he could approach, the Lexus suddenly accelerated away, initiating a pursuit.
Southbound for safe. Silver Lexus SUV cleaning area 4225 East 1055 exit head on cut off.
The chase continued as the vehicle traveled south on Forsyth Street, turned onto Memorial Drive, and then proceeded onto Pryor Road in an attempt to escape. When an opportunity presented itself, the trooper executed a PIT maneuver, causing the Lexus to spin and come to a stop in the roadway. Let's take another look at the decisive police impact, the moment that completely stripped the vehicle of any chance to keep fleeing. When the driver attempted to continue fleeing, the trooper used his patrol vehicle to pin the Lexus against a guardrail, effectively ending the pursuit. The trooper then drew his weapon and maintained a safe position while ordering the driver to exit the vehicle.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back.
The suspect initially complied, but suddenly ran back toward the vehicle and attempted to flee again. The trooper immediately deployed his taser, successfully subduing the suspect and placing him in handcuffs. The suspect was later transported to Grady Memorial Hospital for medical evaluation, before being taken to the Fulton County Jail for booking.
10 o'clock, 10:30.